This is the story of a nursing student who garnered widespread attention due to her disappearing after calling 911 and claiming to have spotted a stranded toddler walking along the interstate. Her story went viral, sparking a massive search effort. However, as investigations unfolded, doubts arose about the truth of her story, leading to speculation around the true circumstances of her disappearance and even the reported toddler's existence. But what exactly happened, you may ask? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to our channel. This is Criminal Activities. Carlee, born Carlethia Nicole Russell, to her parents Carlos and Talitha Russell, resided in Hoover, Alabama, United States, where she pursued her studies in nursing. At the age of 25, she became entangled in an incident that gained massive attention both locally and nationally. On the night of July 13, 2023 at 8:20 p.m., Carlee departed from her workplace at the Woodhouse Day Spa, nestled in the Summit Mall in Birmingham, Alabama, and she headed to a place called the Colonnade to grab some food for dinner. It was also reported that she bought snacks at Target and stayed in the parking lot for a few minutes before the incident occurred. Moments later, at 9:34 p.m., Carlee was driving home where she lived with her parents, with her dinner in her car, when she dialed 911 and reported witnessing an unattended white male, 3 to 4 years old, dressed in a white t-shirt and a diaper without shoes, walking along the shoulder of Interstate 459.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you?
I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Met, like to get off by the Hoover Met.
Okay, so you're before that exit?
Yes.
Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like toward Tuscaloosa or toward 280?
Towards Tuscaloosa.
Okay. And was the child on the left or right side?
On the right side.
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound? Or how old did they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there?
Yeah, okay. Sure, yeah.
Okay, what kind of car are you in?
I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz.
Is that a sedan or SUV?
SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry.
Can you put your hazards on for me?
Yeah, they're on.
Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
White male? Okay. Is he wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. What is he wearing?
It's a white T-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
And you don't see any cars anywhere?
No, no cars are anywhere.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
My name is Carlee Russell.
And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay. Try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
All right. And do they have shoes on?
No.
No shoes?
Not that I can see. I can't really see that well.
Okay. All right. I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Following Carlee's 911 call, emergency services contacted each other about the situation.
442 for 71. 42. 71. It's going to be 459 south, mile marker 10, It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4-year-old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with the hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper.
42 copy from YMCA.
10-4. 442. RP's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42 copy. The one you still got him on the phone.
Negative, but she's stated that she would stand by for police.
42, call the RP back. She's not at their vehicle.
10-4. CLA, red in color, to Carlee Russell out of Birmingham, 10-11.
I'm going to run on 71 as well.
10-4, we're not getting the female to answer.
42, I copy.
10-4, that's the RP. We're trying to call her back. She's not answering.
Out to the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child, and were they southbound, walking southbound?
10-4, southbound, walking southbound. It was a toddler, 3 or 4-year-old, wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. RP arrived in a red Mercedes, unknown what the RP's description is going to be.
Copy. Thank you. 42, just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
13, if we can we start a unit to Atkins Trim area and just see if this child might have wandered from our house over there?
34, I'll be around.
Vehicle, the RP had just saw the child walking on the side of the interstate and had gotten out with it when she had disconnected.
We're good up here. You may want to send him to and see if they can make contact with somebody there. See if we can find her.
745. Next dispatch when available.
4-5 copy, stay by.
Got a call about a female screaming with a child. 10-441. Be advised, the female screaming line disconnected. Found in black Ford F-150. She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred.
Incoming personnel, just start 64 in the area. We're good down here.
Let me check and see if we have any air assets available to us.
10-4. Also be advised, we're about to get T-Mobile to ping the phone.
11 to 13, 10, 9, I'm sorry.
Family that we're out with right down here. The second updated call that we got in reference. The first call we got was from her. Second call we got was from the family.
Right. I'm just saying that the sister apparently has an open line with that phone still that she called from and can hear vehicles like it's still sitting on the side of the interstate.
511, you want me to have McGinnis en route with a drone?
10-4, that would be great.
10-4.
While talking to the 911 dispatcher, data shows Carlee drove 600 yards, which is the length of 6 football fields, while allegedly following the toddler along the interstate. Carefully pulling over on the side of the road with her hazard lights activated, she also contacted her brother's girlfriend after her 911 call to relay the information before she abruptly stopped responding, leaving the call line open. Her brother's girlfriend recounted hearing Carlee seeming to attempt to approach the toddler, but was perplexed by the absence of any sounds from the child in the background. A sudden scream from Carlee and what sounded like the phone being dropped was followed by silence. Upon police arrival at 9:39 p.m., 5 minutes after the call, there was no sign of Carlee, only her belongings scattered about. Her car was discovered with its door open and the engine still running along the interstate, while her wig, hat, cell phone, and purse containing her Apple Watch and AirPods were all found nearby, some strewn along the ground. The food items were nowhere to be found. Her sudden disappearance prompted a nationwide search for Carlee, capturing the attention and concern of the public. From July 13th to the 15th, the search left family and friends distraught over Carlee's and the unknown child's safety. The family asked people to join in the search efforts and mustered the search party at Hoover Met Stadium. Angela Harris, the grieving mother of a girl named Anaya Blanchard, who was murdered in 2019, wanted to help another couple whose daughter went missing. Knowing how it felt as a parent to have gone through a similar situation with her daughter, she wanted to find Carlee, so she led the local search, while Carlee's parents began searching in other southern states. Crime Stoppers also raised over $63,000 in reward funds to aid in the search efforts and safe return of Carlee. During the search, 911 dispatchers received a call from a Red Roof Inn in Vestavia Hills reporting that family members of Carlee Russell had arrived. According to the family, Russell had allegedly contacted them, claiming she was at the motel. However, police state there is no indication of anyone registering under her name at the establishment.
754 unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754 family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
6 of the responding units. I just spoke with the front desk clerk. They said that the family is not being hostile or anything like that, but that there was about 6 carloads of people that have just shown up over there.
5-4 copy. Did the front desk have anybody check in under that name?
Negative, and according to the front desk, the message that the family got did not state which Red Roof Inn. They don't know if it's going to be Vestavia or another location.
760 on scene of Red Roof.
1904.
Please show me back in service.
Help me out, Red Roof.
The video footage presented a puzzling scene where the driver of the car exits and moves towards the passenger side before disappearing off into the woods. This unclear behavior leaves room for speculation. It could imply that she voluntarily left her car behind and wandered off, perhaps straying too far into the woods, chasing the child and getting lost. It alternately raises the possibility that she encountered the toddler and ventured into the woods to assist the toddler, only to face an unforeseen threat, such as a wild animal. Both scenarios evoked concern and uncertainty about her well-being and the events that transpired. The idea that the toddler might have been used by someone with criminal intentions as bait to lure Carlee into the woods, potentially leading her into harm's way, was also an unsettling option. This raised the chilling possibility of a calculated plan by a potential kidnapper to exploit the natural instinct to help a vulnerable child. The realization that the toddler himself might also be in danger added another layer of fear and concern to the situation. The fact that Carlee stopped to pick up dinner and reached out to a family member just before disappearing suggested that she had every intention of returning home that night. These actions seem incongruent with a fabricated disappearance, as they reflect a sense of normalcy in her plans. The sequence of events doesn't appear to align with a meditative attempt to vanish without a trace, leading many to believe that something unforeseen must have occurred. However, Carlee made a surprising return to her parents' home, alone and on foot, late on July 15th at 10:44 p.m., 49 hours after her disappearance, as captured by Ring cam footage. She was shown casually walking down her parents' street before frantically banging on their door. She was promptly transported to UAB Hospital by the Hoover Fire Department for evaluation and treatment, followed by brief questioning by the police before being released. Carlee had a minor injury to her lip and $107 in her sock. Her reappearance only fueled more questions about what transpired during her absence, whether it was a voluntary act or a manifestation of a mental breakdown. While her safe return brought relief to her family, The mystery surrounding her disappearance left a host of unanswered questions looming. Her mother, Talitha, expressed in an interview with the Today Show how seeing her daughter again 49 hours after her disappearance left her filled with a myriad of emotions. Both Talitha and Carlee's father, Carlos, believed their daughter and mentioned how she had to mentally and physically fight for her life, and noted how the police were following up on everything Carlee told them. Talitha also mentioned how she desperately wanted to hug her daughter when she first returned, but instead had to stand back because the medical professionals had to work with her. Carlee's mother also shared a heartfelt Facebook post, expressing relief that her baby was safe. Her parents, believing their daughter wholeheartedly, were convinced that an abductor was involved, especially since Carlee herself affirmed it to them. Carlee recounted in the police statement a harrowing tale of those 49 hours. She stated that a man came out of the trees who mumbled that he was checking on the baby. Then she continued by saying the man picked her up and took her over a fence. Then the next thing she knew, she was being abducted and subsequently imprisoned inside an 18-wheeler. Carlee stated the man had orange hair and a bald spot. She also reported hearing a woman and baby. She claimed to have managed an escape, only to be recaptured and transferred to the back of a car. She detailed being undressed and photographed while blindfolded inside a house, purportedly without being bound, to avoid leaving ligature marks. It was also mentioned that a woman fed Carlee cheese and crackers and played with her hair. Allegedly, she eventually escaped once more and ran through the woods, then made her way home. Speculation circulated on the internet suggesting that Carlee was having a difficult day. She was caught on surveillance camera stealing a dark bathrobe and toilet paper from her workplace, and she had failed out of her nursing course. This may have contributed to Carlee's unwillingness to return home that night, fearing her parents' disappointment or anger. Fabricating an abduction story could have been a diversionary tactic to shift focus away from her troubles, garnering attention and sympathy from her family and friends. Regardless of the circumstances, it's apparent that Carlee sought attention through her actions. Reports suggesting drug use also surfaced, adding another layer to the complexity of the situation. If proved, it could indicate underlying mental health issues, potentially contributing to hallucinations or delusions, such as the reported sighting of the toddler on the roadside. This possibility underscores the need for a thorough investigation into Carlee's mental well-being and the events leading up to her disappearance. However, no alcohol or drugs were detected in her system. The local police department and investigators stated that they had been unable to verify most of Russell's statement, and that continuing investigation had cast doubt on much of Ms. Russell's account. Among her web searches in the days before her disappearance were, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" "How to take money from a register without being caught?" "Birmingham bus station," "One-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville," and the abduction film, Taken. The Hoover Police Department stated in a press release that they had not found any evidence of a child walking on the side of the road, nor did they receive any additional calls about a toddler walking down the interstate. Ultimately, Carlee Russell admitted to fabricating the entire situation, as confirmed by her attorney, Emery Anthony. In part, the statement said, "My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or in a hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies, as well as to her friends and family." On July 28, 2023, Carlee ultimately was charged with 2 misdemeanors after pleading guilty for filing a false police report, each with a $1,000 bond, totaling $2,000. The charges included 1 count of false reporting to law enforcement authorities and 1 count of falsely reporting an incident, both classified as Class A misdemeanors, although after posting bond, she was released from custody. Carlee then arrived to a pretrial hearing at Hoover Municipal Court in Hoover, Alabama, on October 11, 2023. She originally pleaded not guilty in municipal court, but Municipal Judge Brad Bishop found her guilty. Carlee appealed in circuit court, but she then pled guilty to the charges against her on March 21, 2024. Generally, defendants are not sentenced to jail time in Alabama for misdemeanor crimes under similar circumstances. This is Carlee's first criminal offense. Jefferson County Circuit Judge David Carpenter sentenced her to 12 months of supervised probation, 100 hours of community service, and $17,974.88 paid in restitution to the city of Hoover. Russell will also continue her mental health counseling. Carpenter told Carlee the community was outraged when they learned the kidnapping was a hoax. It is a waste of resources to put you in jail. It is a waste of resources to have a trial. Although we are upset about what you've done, we're not going to treat you differently than we would any other person charged with misdemeanors, said the judge. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis shared his frustration over the lack of harsher charges available for situations like this that create public panic and fear and consume significant law enforcement resources. It's the same as someone who goes out and maybe shoplifts less than $500 worth of merchandise. It's the same penalty, and I just think there needs to be some sort of enhancement when you're talking about being kidnapped and you've been a victim of a serious crime, said Durzis. Carlee appeared in court alongside her attorneys and family, visibly distraught, while prosecutors from the Alabama Attorney General's office argued for her to serve time in jail. They highlighted the extreme nature of Carlee's disappearance and the extensive resources dedicated to finding her as reasons for stricter punishment. This case has always been about respect for law enforcement as a whole. We still don't know where she was. Law enforcement took time away from their families and from cases that needed to be solved. Because of this ongoing complete disrespect for law enforcement, we believe she should get jail time. Some sort of incarceration is warranted in this case, argued Clark Morris, who serves as the Attorney General's Criminal Division Chief. Carlee's attorneys did not respond. This is when Carlee made her own personal statement with Judge Carpenter's consent. I want to genuinely apologize for my actions. I made a grave mistake while trying to fight through various emotional issues and stress. I'm extremely remorseful for the panic, fear, and various range of negative emotions that were experienced across the nation. I want to specifically acknowledge and take accountability for the pain and embarrassment that I inflicted upon my family, my church family, friends, neighbors, community, and all those who were directly involved in the search efforts for me. I also extend my sincerest apologies to the Hoover Police Department and every other law enforcement agency and personnel for the position that I put them in and for the resources used. I absolutely regret my decision. And in hindsight, I wish that I had cried for help in a totally different manner. My prayer is that I will be extended grace and given the opportunity to redeem who I truly am and restore the positively esteemed character that I have worked so hard to attain for the 25 years of my life prior to this incident. I wholeheartedly can say that I never had any malicious intent to hurt anyone. And I pray that you will feel my sincerity in that, as I prepare to pick up the pieces and go on to restore my life, that you will witness the fruition of grace, Carlee said through tears to the court. But I want to know your opinion on this incident. What do you think should be the punishment for fabricating hoaxes like this? Do you have any personal stories of attention seekers getting in big trouble? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section. This is Criminal Activities signing off. Stay safe out there.